Hello everyone, welcome back to Soul Talk with Cash, where we take our thoughts and tailor them to make lasting positive impacts on our lives. Today I want to speak about a topic that many women find themselves struggling with, and this is self-acceptance. So often many women tend to fit themselves in a mold that society has placed on them, that they have placed on themselves, and based on the environment and what they've seen around them, they tend to fit themselves and characterize themselves based on everything that is happening, what we get from social media, what we get from our models or role models. The influences of our society tend to form or allow us to form certain perceptions of ourselves. Sometimes, as women, we tend to seek to people please instead of being who we are. And so as a result, it affects the way how we see ourselves. Many other factors that impact us are our childhood, or experiences, or background, and those things all form a part of how we see ourselves. Sometimes we allow these things to infiltrate our minds, and we end up forming misconceptions about ourselves. And because we tend to start believing these lies of who we should be, what we should look like, how we should dress, how we should operate in businesses, in relationships, these are all the messages that come to us. And we take all of these messages, and when we start believing them, we tend to allow that to form who we are. So why is this so important? Why I choose to speak about self-acceptance today it is because if we do not learn to accept ourselves for who we are, and we allow these systems and people and everything else to influence how we see ourselves and how we think about ourselves, then it dampens who we truly are. We fit ourselves in a mold, as I said before. Sometimes it prevents us from achieving the ultimate, from being our best selves. If we continue to allow the media, society, everything around us to infiltrate us, then the way how we see ourselves may not be the truest version of ourselves. So I want to encourage somebody today, stop thinking about what other people have to say about you. Stop trying to people please. Instead, think about who you truly are. Think about the value that you have. Think about what you were created to be. Think about your purpose. And when you think about those things, you can form what it is that you want to portray to the world. Instead of allowing these negative influences to infiltrate our minds, we can choose to be positive. We can choose to become the best version of ourselves. Some time ago, I was overly concerned about what others thought about me, whether or not they would approve of what I do, my work, when I performed, when I gave a speech, when I did something. I usually think about what it is, what kind of perception that will be formed about me. And I remember when I took the decision to stop thinking about those things and allowing those factors to infiltrate my mind. And then I took a different approach in saying that, listen, I am going to do my best. I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to go out there and do what I need to do. I am not concerned about what others really have to say about me, because oftentimes that is their perception, that's their opinion of who you are. You are not the reflection of other people's opinion. You are special. You have a purpose. You are gifted. And that is what we want to come out, that we can give the world the truest version of ourselves. Now, there are 3 ways in which I think if we think about these and incorporate them in our lives, then we can make a world of a difference in how we show up, in how we portray ourselves, in how we give back to the people around us. And these are the ways that I'm going to share with you. The first way is stop being a people pleaser. You cannot please everyone. And doesn't matter how you try, everybody is not going to like you. Everyone is not going to be accepting of you. You have to learn to accept yourself. Give yourself permission to be who you are. You do not have to seek to justify what you do. You don't have to seek to please other people. Just be yourself and do your best at what you do. The second way in which you can help build your self-esteem and help to learn to accept yourself is by learning to love yourself. Say kind words to yourself. Do not criticize yourself. Do not be too hard on yourself. When you make a mistake, you understand that everyone makes mistakes, and all you have to do is to learn from those mistakes and to put things in place that you can be better the next time around. Don't be too critical. Don't be too judgmental. Don't tell yourself negative things. Don't think about negative things about yourself. Don't be too harsh. Give yourself the room to grow, to develop, and to become who you are. Everyone makes mistakes, and learn from them. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mind, your body, and you can have a greater impact when you show up in this world. The third way is learn to see yourself how God sees you. God sees us as wonderfully and marvelously made. He made us with so much potential and abilities. He made us with purpose. In His eyes, we are His, and sometimes it doesn't matter how many mistakes you make, it doesn't matter how low you may become, it doesn't matter your background, your status. None of that matters. He doesn't see those things. He sees who you can become. When we see ourselves how God sees us, that's so liberating, because we see greatness, we see potential, we see the possibilities are endless, because we can do so much more, we can go so much more places, we can serve so much more people, because we are outside of the limitations that we have placed on ourselves and what others have placed on us, and we can only see the potential that lies within. Now, those are the 3 ways which I want to share with you today, and when you put those into practice and you allow them to become a part of you, then you will find yourself in relationships that are meaningful. You will allow others to treat you how you want to be treated. Not how they want to treat you, but you will set the standard of how you want to be treated, because you are valuable. There's no one like you. You are special. So we should always remember that and allow ourselves to become the truest version of who we can truly be. Now remember that education, your background, your past experiences, anything that you've done in the past, your family history, your financial status, none of those things define who you are. Let us remove the limitations that we have on ourselves. Let us choose to think positively. Let us remove the guilt that we often suffer from. And let us choose to love ourselves endlessly. Learn to forgive yourself and learn to not be critical of who you are. But each time you reflect on your experiences, each time you reflect on what has happened in your life, you have the opportunity to assess those situations, and you have the opportunity to change and to become the person who you want to be. Not based on what others thought of you or have said about you, but because you have chosen to change. And with God, all things are possible. If you like this content and you want more of these content, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and turn on your notifications so every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Until next time, see you in the next one.